Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What is it you think you're here for?
How many times do you think you stabbed? You recall?
It's a hot August day at a hotel in Bradenton, Florida, where a housekeeper's horrifying discovery is about to land one man behind bars for a very long time.
Oh, man.
Anybody? You think?
No,
Under the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Might as well get out of there.
Police and first responders swarmed the scene after a housekeeper allegedly discovered a body stuffed under a mattress while cleaning the room. The victim, described as a 26-year-old Manatee County woman, is quickly determined to be deceased, and the scene is cleared.
All right, guys, watch your step. Don't touch anything. Somebody tried to clean up his bleach in there. 10-4.
Under the bed.
Yeah, that's strong, man. Trapped in a blanket. Real strong.
Paper off a dozen days. Shut up, Pete. Are we still needed? Taking it.
We're gonna close the door and hold it here. No one else was in there, right? We didn't look under the other bed. Alright.
Want us to?
You want us to take a look? No, I'll go in. I'll wait till I get some people. Well, we don't have a gun either. Yeah. I don't blame you on that. I can borrow yours and look under that bed, but other than that, I'm good.
It was clear back to the bathroom. There was nobody in the bathroom.
Okay. I'm gonna try to preserve it as best as I can. Yeah. Well, I would think to look under the bed.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, what the hell?
Murder scene. All that stuff, somebody's trying to do some serious cleaning. Yeah. I mean, nobody wraps someone up like that underneath the bed and they just died naturally. No. This shit treats the hell out of it.
You even got the bars over it and everything too? Like,
Yeah.
They slid her under and then put somebody in. Well, maybe not.
LT, I'm gonna take this stuff back down.
Yeah, like.
Next, the officer heads inside the room to check underneath the second mattress.
I just want to check over here.
Like lifting under the bed.
I just want to make sure there isn't another. Nope, it's clear. We're clear.
You gonna be able to put you on it, Jim?
Can we just see you?
Yeah.
You know what I would suggest we do, just in case there's some evidence in the trash can? Just go ahead and just cordon off this whole area. As best as I can.
see if anybody was in this room here.
The officer finds nothing under the other mattress, but investigators later discover bloody sandals in one of the hotel trash cans. Keep this in mind for later.
Is that a camera?
Yeah, it's disconnected, and there's a camera down there that's disconnected.
That would have been helpful.
You heard that right. The officer notes that multiple cameras in the area are disconnected, stunting the investigation. But it's not long until two witnesses appear and offer investigators some insight into the situation.
Say again?
Not bugging you, don't care, no business, just want to eat my food. I've been on food.
Did you hear anything last night or last couple days over here?
Only when there's some drug or some digged out of their head, you can tell they're no big drugs because they're like, fall down the steps.
Are they just talking for a minute now?
I really don't have anything to say. The two cameras going on, you know.
So can you give us a description of the other person she was with?
Oh, I didn't even know. You have a she is the problem?
Well, you said there was two people, right? I'm assuming.
They stayed in the room?
Yeah.
There was a whole lot of people.
A whole lot of people? So it's been pretty much in and out?
She's blanket description. You got a druggy party girl that just did too much trashy stuff, and somebody did something. I mean, she's always up here making a fool of herself. That's all I know.
Yeah. Was she with anybody?
Old girl always sits outside of her door.
Okay.
So,
Did you guys see her with anybody else yesterday, or?
I didn't see her with anybody.
Nobody? And you didn't
she's
hear
always just with that one young boy.
one young boy? Do you know his name? You know what he looks like?
Skin right there? I don't know.
Blonde hair, black hair,
Brown, I think.
brown,
Brown.
white male.
I really don't know. Other people's drama, I don't want to give you my drama, so I don't care.
All I know is it's some young dude.
Is it a white male, black male, Hispanic?
It's a white guy.
White guy?
But then you see white guys, you see black guys, you see
Oh yeah,
Mexican guys.
undeniably, there's guys.
So
that
those
Come
guys
to
coming
see
in and
her
out.
all the time.
Undeniably, there's guys.
Because
that-
I'm constantly telling
But
mind
she's
your own
always
business,
with
stay
is a
away
white
from
guy.
these
Like
people.
on a consistent basis.
Do you remember how tall he is roughly?
5'8", 5'9", probably.
5'8", 5'9"?
Probably.
Sorry,
5'8".
That's like 6 foot. That's not right.
How much do you think you weigh?
180.
180? Any scars or marks or tattoos?
Not to my knowledge, but I think he has like a little weird stuff.
Hey, by the way, as you're watching this, what are the body cams on Law and Crime prove? Maybe that the world is scary and unpredictable, and having a great lawyer matters. And that is where Morgan & Morgan, the exclusive personal injury law firm of Law and Crime, comes in. Now, not only do they give us, amazing little merchandise here, look at this hat, fits actually pretty well, but they're also a firm with over 1,000 attorneys, and that is because they win a lot. In the past few months, Morgan & Morgan secured a $29 million verdict for a bicyclist in Philadelphia, a $2.7 million verdict for a car accident victim in Florida, not to mention $5.6 million for a car crash victim in Georgia after insurance offered that client $0. And even if you think your case isn't worth millions of dollars, why not start a claim and fight for what you deserve? And Morgan & Morgan makes it so simple. You can start a claim from your phone in just 8 clicks. So if you're injured, you can easily start a claim at forthepeople.com/LCBodyCam. Witnesses describe a man investigators quickly identify as the victim's boyfriend, 27-year-old Stephen Cozens, who's found nearby and brought in for questioning.
You know why you're here, we know why you're here, and we really want to understand. And the only way that we're going to understand is through you, okay? Some things happen, some bad things, okay? You look like you're going through it, okay? And, just instead of us just hitting you with question after question after question, what is it you think you're here for? Okay. And who is the person that you murdered?
Stephen wastes no time coming clean to detectives before sharing the alleged disturbing details.
We got the hard part out of the way, okay? We want to hear your version of what happened. And look at me, Stephen, okay? There's no right or wrong version, there's only the truth, okay? You can tell us a lot of things in here, you can confess to killing 50 people in here, but if the evidence that we have doesn't align with what you're telling us, then we know there's something wrong. Either we have to reassess what we've done, or you're being dishonest. Fair enough? Okay. So we're not gonna interrupt you, okay? Just tell us what happened. We have a pretty good timeline, but just break it down for us.
Me and her were arguing because she says that I was cheating on her with invisible women.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. And she tried to stab me.
Okay. Let me see what you got there. Don't take them off. That's what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll look at them later. That's fine. And where did this happen at?
In the hotel room.
Okay. What are you doing when this starts?
She was getting high on crack.
Okay. And you were doing what?
Laying in bed.
You were laying in bed. Okay. And is she in the same bed with you? Okay. And there are 2 beds in the room? Okay. One closest to the door or the one closest to the bathroom?
Closest to the bathroom.
Okay. So you're laying in bed, she's laying in bed, and she starts in with this invisible people, you're having an affair. Okay, and then what happens?
She tries to attack me because she's tired of me being a scumbag.
Okay.
And I defended myself.
Okay. And describe that. What happened?
Well, I pushed her off of me and I got the knife and I stabbed her.
Okay. All right. And what kind of knife? Like a fixed blade or one that you flip open? Flip open. Can you describe it? So it's not that's the whole knife, or is that the blade?
That's the whole knife.
That's what color?
Black.
Black. Okay. I'm gonna take a couple notes. Just okay.
How many times do you think you stabbed her? You recall?
A lot.
A lot. Okay.
Okay. Do you remember where you stabbed her? I know you said a lot. In the neck? Okay.
Stephen admits to stabbing his girlfriend, quote, a lot in the neck before investigators continue questioning.
So what's going on in this moment? Okay. So you've disarmed her. She's tried to stab you. You've disarmed her. She is. You now have the knife. Okay. And are we on the bed? Still? You're on the floor. Where at?
In between the beds.
In between the beds. Okay. And you're on top of her at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. So you stab her. You don't know how many times you stabbed her. Okay. But it's just a lot. Okay. So how, and I know this is kind of a weird question, and I understand that you're probably in a little bit of shock at this point. How long did this confrontation go on? 5 minutes. Okay. And is that from the time that she tried to attack you, or is that from the time she started accusing you? Attacking you. Okay. Okay. Then what happened?
I was scared.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Let me ask you a question, because we're not trying to paint you as a terrible person. Okay. When you woke up Saturday morning, did you plan on killing Jennifer? Okay. Have you guys fought before? Okay. And is Jennifer a physical person? Get handsy with you? Okay. And what about you with her previously? Have you guys had, not that this matters, but have you guys had
Confrontation before.
okay, physical?
Domestics.
Right. That's
In the past, yeah, so it's an ongoing thing.
how long were you two together? 2 years. And how long have you been together, like at the hotel? Not that hotel, but 2 years you've been together. So no matter where you were together, unless somebody went to jail. Okay. All right. Okay. So what happens after?
I took a shower. I was covered in blood.
Okay. Did you call anybody? Was anybody else there? Okay. What happened after you took a shower? Where'd you go?
Just walked around.
Okay.
Get my head together.
It's a lot to process. Okay. And then what happened?
I went back.
So now you got to deal with it, right? And this is probably stressing you out while you're out walking. Okay. All right. So you went back to the room. Were you still alone? Okay. And then what'd you do?
Tried to cover it up.
Okay. Describe to me. So you tried to cover it up. What does that mean? Tried. Okay. All right. And what did you do?
Used the towels, the wipe the floors, and everything. Took the bed sheets and wrapped her,
Okay.
and then I stuffed her under the bed
Okay. So obviously you took your stuff with you. And where's your clothing?
in the woods.
Okay.
So the stuff, let me ask you, so the stuff that you had on, is it in the woods?
No, I threw that away
You threw it, where did you throw it at?
in the dumpster.
That's in the dumpster right at the hotel? Okay, so, alright. So the dumpster at the hotel, that's the camouflage pants. They're-
And so when you walk when you walk out of the room and down the stairs, like looking towards Waffle House, is that the dumpster?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And was it in a bag or was it just loose? In a bag. What color? Do you know?
Clear trash bag.
Clear trash bag? Okay. Okay. And once you went out and you got rid of the clothes and the towels that you used to clean up, and what did you do with her stuff?
Most of it I just packed away in a bag.
Okay. Did you?
Like I put it with my stuff.
Stephen doesn't hold back telling his side of the story, but now investigators want to know what happened to the alleged murder weapon.
Yes. Remember what you did with the knife?
Threw it in the lake.
Threw the knife in the lake? Okay. Which lake?
By Sonny's?
Behind the hotel.
But the one Sonny's and all.
Sonny's, the one in the circle.
Okay.
Okay.
And whereabouts in the lake, you know? Where were you standing when you tossed it? Do you
In the
remember?
room. I threw it out the back window.
Oh, no shit. That lake that close to the...
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea. Okay.
Did you throw a lighter, a ring in the garbage at all? A lighter, a ring? Okay. So some stuff was just found. I just asked.
We had to go through garbage, right? So we don't know. I mean, we knew the shoes definitely were going to be, you know what I mean? But, all right.
So you can throw the right out the... So I actually want
You know, now that I think about it, yeah, I think you can. It's not a big window, but it's big enough to throw something out of.
This much space, and I just like that.
Did you hear it at the water?
I watched it.
Oh, did you? Okay, because at what point was this? Before or after you cleaned up or during?
Before I cleaned up.
Was it before you left? Okay, so before you took a shower? Okay. Why did you think she was dead?
So much blood.
Right. Was she talking at any point afterwards? No. Not moving? Making any sounds? Nothing. Gurgling, right. Okay, and I appreciate your honesty. I would expect you to say that.
So you got any scratches on you? Did she fought you? I'm talking about on you.
Like there's stuff in like the back of my neck right here.
Okay. I'm seeing. So you put those band-aids on you? Okay.
Moments later, one detective decides it's time to be frank with Stephen.
All right, so I'm going through my notes, and there's one part of this that doesn't make sense to me, and I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying that I need some clarification, okay? I'm just going to be honest with you because I told you I wouldn't bullshit you, okay? So I don't want to even beat around the bush about it. I'm not feeling like you got attacked with the knife. I'm feeling like you did get attacked, but I'm not feeling the knife part of it, okay? I see the injury to your hand, right? But from my experience, okay, it's not adding up. Okay? And let me just tell you this. You've been, I think, probably one of the most honest people we've interviewed in a long time, except the last guy. That guy was unbelievable. But anyway, so obviously there was a fight. Okay, there was a disagreement. There was an argument, there was a something. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me that she got out of the bed, went to retrieve your knife, and came back and tried to attack you. And I'm just telling you, I'm not seeing the evidence that that's the way it went down. It feels to me like there was a fight, something did happen, and you snapped. Am I right or wrong? I'm right? Okay. Okay. Did she get handsy with you? Or was she just like a chihuahua, just barking and nipping, and you just had enough? And you got up and grabbed the knife? Okay. Because you were done. And the injury on your hand, Your hand slid down the blade, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
See, let me open your hand for a minute. These are blade marks. Yours or slab on the side. Because I've seen those two are pretty deep. What hand are you? You right hand? Okay, you right-handed.
Stephen, did you ever think to call law enforcement? And there's no right or wrong answer. No. You couldn't undo it. Would you if you could? Let me ask you. Have you ever been that, I'm going to call it like in a rage. Have you ever been in that place before where you were that angry? How often? A lot. So what made this time different? Was there more to it? Like to the fight? Because I'm looking at some of her past, like she's a working girl, right? Was there some disagreement over that? No. She was just on your ass and wouldn't let up. Every day. Yeah, like a chihuahua, like a barking dog nipping at you. I understand. So listen, man, here's the deal, okay? Obviously, you're going to get charged with murder, okay? It's going to be second-degree murder, okay? It's not first degree. Obviously, you're not dumb. We recorded all of this, and we record that to protect you and us, okay? We're not the judge, okay? And we're not here to, we're not, but that's not what we do. You know what I mean? That's out of our wheelhouse. All we do is we put a case together, we find the evidence, okay? We do the whodunit part, and the rest is out of our hands. I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to go talk to the state attorney, okay? I'm going to let them know how this conversation went. And, our crime scene people are going to come over. They're going to take some photos of you, okay?
Stephen was charged with first-degree murder, but court records show he later accepted a deal and pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 60 years behind bars.